Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. I think we are good to go. All right. Excuse me. Long day. Hey, Villa, happy to see you guys. It has been another good day for Bitcoin. We did end up going up another like $400 to $500, so things were looking pretty good here. Everything else is still kind of on schedule. We're seeing a little bit of weakness here on the 4-hour chart. That's worrying me a little bit here. But overall, Bitcoin is still making some great moves, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. This is going to be a shorter stream today because I feel like I'm just extra tired for some reason, and I don't want to fall asleep while streaming with you guys or bore you guys too much because I need to have some type of energy when I'm going. So this will be about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour stream, nothing like the 2-hour one we had last night. But before we get started here, we are going to give a little bit of a treat to Loki since he's always been a good boy here. There you go, Loki. Oh, as he tries to come over. Yep. And there he goes. All right. So happy to see all of you. Tim, happy to see you. Slightly Unstable. And Cameron, happy to see all of you guys here. Let's get started breaking down Bitcoin because we do have a little bit of a difference from yesterday. It's not a huge one, but it's, you know, there's some stuff going on here that we can talk about. So before we go into the 4-hour and the 1-hour type charts and, you know, 15 minutes and all that good stuff, focus really on this daily chart. You can see we're still moving up bit by bit. Momentum continues to get stronger as we go up. However, today is a new day, and we have to take a little bit of a peek about what's going to happen, I would say, over the next 2 to 3 days right now. What I see happening here, which we haven't really talked about in a while because it just doesn't happen all too often, is for the first time since October of 2023, we're looking to have a golden cross between the 20-day moving average and the 200 daily moving average and the 50-day moving average and the 200 daily moving average. We have not seen these moves for a while. Typically when we have these golden crosses, we haven't even said the word golden cross in how long? How long has it been since we said golden cross? Well, we're looking for a golden cross happening fairly soon. You can see the 50 crossed over here, Bitcoin went up. 50 crossed over here, Bitcoin went up. And for the first time in a long time, the 50 is about to cross right here, perhaps sometime towards the end of the month. So this is more of a November play, but we should be going up closer to the end of the year as we have more rate cuts, which I'm really excited about. And of course, the 20-day moving average is having a crossover. You could say today or tomorrow. It doesn't really matter so much, but it looks like it's about to happen unless we have a complete crash right now. And if I zoom in really far, you can see we haven't crossed just yet, but we are very, very close. So that makes me very, very excited about what's going to happen here. Now, I'm still bullish in the medium term. Long term, everything still looks to be good. Short term here, if we go over to the 4-hour chart, we are seeing a little bit of a slowdown of momentum. It's not enough for you to like freak out or anything like that. You can see we've come pretty close to turning over before, and then we get another big pump. We're getting close to turning over again. Maybe we will get another big pump here. But I just want you guys to know there is an opportunity here or a chance that Bitcoin does drop down about 1,000 to 1,500 points probably over the next 24 hours. So I just want you guys to be prepared for that. Have some stop losses and whatnot just in case Bitcoin does decide to come back down. The overall markets have been pretty good for us. The economy has been okay. Economic news has been fine. Middle East is calming down. Nobody cares about Ukraine anymore. That news is like nobody talks about that, mostly because it's like election season and the media knows it's a not a good thing for Kamala Harris basically. But it's definitely been interesting to kind of see how all this has been playing out so far. And if we go over here to the 1-hour chart, we are seeing a little bit of choppiness here. I don't think enough again to concern, but look at this 20 moving average right here. We've been holding this for a while. If we do start to break down below this over the next few hours, that is just going to be a little bit of a warning sign. We may have 1 or 2 bad days before eventually turning around with that overall momentum and continuing to move up. But if we do break down or we have any small moves that maybe take us back down here to 66,700 or maybe somewhere back here around 65,500, I'll be buying up here for the reversal that comes afterwards because I'm pretty confident that there will be a reversal. We'll have to wait. You could dollar cost average, or if you want to be prudent, just wait for that 4-hour chart to turn bullish again. That's an easy way to go about it. But if you're being a little bit more aggressive like I am right now, you can start buying if we do have that dip down there. Right now, I've already been doing some trades with Bitcoin. I bought them a couple days ago, doubled down on a few other tokens yesterday. Still looking okay there. I think I invested $50 into a bunch of tokens at the beginning of this month or beginning of this week. Now I'm up to like $100 for a few different tokens. I'm going to add more tomorrow to even new tokens here, and we're going to kind of ride this up bit by bit. What we've been seeing here is actually some really fun stuff, and I'm really excited about it. Bitcoin's been fine. We all know that, nothing crazy new happening there. But Ethereum, big level of resistance, ready to break out. Solana, big level of resistance, ready to break out. Dogecoin did have a nice breakout over the last few days, hitting the 200 daily moving average. Again, also having an opportunity to break out here. This is not the biggest resistance level that I think we're going to face with Dogecoin, just because, again, it's not impossible for us to break out above it. However, go over here to the weekly chart, and you start to see we're still playing around with all these moving averages, which means we could have a lot of volatility still coming our way for Dogecoin. I told you guys this earlier in the week. Dogecoin is messing with those moving averages. Expect volatility. Some of you guys sent me some photos and stuff like that in Telegram today. I like the profits that you guys are making. Things like WIF, big level of resistance. I'm not going to draw the lines, but you guys can see what I'm talking about. Big level of resistance. Bonk, big level of resistance. Miro broke a level of resistance, now testing the level of support. Baby Doge, big level of resistance. We're seeing this happen across a lot of tokens right now. So again, this is still a pretty good time to scale out if you guys have not scaled out anything from what you've been buying over the last week or two, okay, or even the last few days. This is still an opportunity to scale out. If Bitcoin does come down a little bit, or in altcoins come down a little bit, I don't want to say, oh my God, I don't want to hear, oh my God, I lost so much money, because you should have locked in some type of profits here. If you guys are trying to be a little bit more cautious, if you guys are being more aggressive and you guys understand the risk with that, by all means, you guys can still make a lot of profit, especially if Bitcoin continues to grind higher. But I just want you guys to know, a lot of stuff is at resistance levels. That's typically where you see people scale out. And if they scale out, you may see the price come back down just a little bit. But hopefully, over the next couple weeks, we are all going to be seeing massive breakouts, which is why the different trades that I'm doing right now, they are all multiple week-long holds. They are no longer like 1 week holds, 2 week holds. They're like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks long. If you're doing weekly plays, you just have to be execute properly, and they're probably not even going to last a week. They may last like 3-4 days at this point here. So again, definitely a good time for the overall market. Couple other things. Oil continues to be sideways here. As the oil prices go down, that kind of means the economy is slipping a little bit, if you ask me. Not a bad thing, not a horrible thing, but this does give a little bit more, more of a chance for rate cuts, I would say. And it looks like right now we're expecting 2 25 basis point cuts from the Fed. I'm hoping for a 50 and a 20, but I'll take 2 25s as long as the Fed continues to cut and does not pause. The moment they pause is probably the moment that the Bitcoin stops rallying, to be honest. Dollar index still going higher here. I know we put some lines up for the last week's talk about that. Go over here to the 4-hour chart. It's still going higher here, guys. Still going higher. Not what I want to see, but Bitcoin's still grinding upwards as well. So that's kind of nice to see, at least, And then also the dollar index is getting back up here towards the 200 daily moving average. Typically not the biggest level of resistance or support, but it's there, and I want you guys to notice it. If anything, the weekly chart, it's the 50 here. We do play around with this a little bit more where it kind of stops us temporarily. Watch out for that 50, because if we do start to break back out above that, that may be a concern for us going forward, where we might have Bitcoin again pull back, maybe even back to like the low 60s here, like $63,000, $64,000. All right, gold still going sky high, about to break another all-time high. Dow Jones going up, NASDAQ going up overall. This is a weekly chart, so it's just sideways this week. SPY up. I like what I see. Overall, things are still working out. Some tokens are doing better than others. Turbo still making those great moves, hitting the Fibonacci level, getting rejected from it, of course. Scale out if you guys haven't done that as well. But lots of different tokens making tons of different moves. I'm really happy with what I see. Even UFO token, which has been down a lot, is all of a sudden having a big spike. I have this. Despite this spike, I am still losing money on it. So not everything is going to be good for a lot of you guys. If you're like me and you like to dollar cost average a bunch of tokens, it may not just be, it may not be exactly the best time. But overall, we're looking like we're making some good money here, right? And hey, Sal, happy to see you. Slightly unstable, just went short. Nice to hear. Just moved half of my Doge from my wallet to Coinbase. Am I wrong for preparing to take some profit soon? I'm a little above break even. No, nothing wrong with that at all. Right now, you're seeing a lot of stuff at levels of resistance. And again, if we back up from Bitcoin here, just go to the weekly chart. We are having a breakout, but there is still a huge, there we go. There still is a massive level of resistance right up here around $72,000. It's okay to think about scaling at right now. It's definitely okay to think that. Just, you don't have to sell everything. You can just scale it, and I think that's usually a good way to go for most people. But it's really up to you. Don't be afraid of ever locking in profits. Again, all you want is to make money at the end of the day. It maybe you don't make as much money because you sell early. I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but if you're making money, you're doing a lot better than a lot of other people. Just think of it like that, okay? Only so many people are really making money in this market. The trick is just to do it consistently, you know? Is 65K possible? 65K is definitely possible over the next 24 to 48 hours. You're basically waiting to see if the 4-hour chart's going to show some bearishness. I would say the next, it's really going to happen overnight, to be honest, when we're sleeping. But overnight, you're either going to see Bitcoin have a push back up here, probably towards $69,000 to $70,000. It should be a pretty big push overnight or going into tomorrow morning. Or you're going to see it start to break back down. And if we start breaking back down below $67,000, that's where you'll probably see a little bit more of a forced push down towards the, 65, 66,000. I'd probably say closer to $65,500. But again, if whales get involved, I guess it can get down a little bit lower. But I'd probably say $65,500 at the worst. What are some cheap stocks you think can grow in the future? Cheap stocks? I don't really buy cheap stocks all too much because they typically aren't managed well. I'll have to look for you. I'm normally a big tech guy. I kind of just trade the big swings of them, and they make me some good profit there. Small companies typically aren't profitable, and a non-profitable company right now is not the best to hold because debt is so expensive. Perhaps because Fed is cutting rates, the debt will be a little bit cheaper, so that may give them some more breathing room. Let me look. Yeah, I normally haven't been trading too many of the small ones. I got some Neo, I got some Rivian and stuff like that, automakers. But, some uranium companies. I don't think the military-industrial complex is going to be doing too hot in 2025 because at this point it looks like Trump's going to win. So I don't think he wants to give them unlimited amounts of money anymore. I'll try to figure some out for you. But typically, all I do is go over to FinViz. And I use the screener, and I just look for different plays out there. Man, Bitcoin is going a little bit sideways here at the moment. See, and hey, Bliss, happy to see you. So grateful for Michael. I appreciate that, graph artist. Near is going to be the same as a lot of other tokens. We just went down the list talking about how everything's at large levels of resistance. For the same thing with Near, you're going to be looking for an opportunity to scale out there. And then if you don't want to scale, you're just waiting for that next big breakout. Right now, Bitcoin is still bullish. We have a little bit of warning signs, but not enough to really be of too much of a concern. We'll know if we need to be concerned like when you wake up tomorrow morning, basically. But Near is also looking for that breakout. But it's like everything is at that level of resistance. Everything is waiting. And all eyes are on Bitcoin right now, which is definitely going to make things a little bit more interesting here. NA Pomp, happy to see you. I'm short from 66.6, target price 65.9. Is that okay? Yeah, that's an okay trade to have right now. Just make sure you have a stop loss there to protect yourself. For me, I'm not shorting because I typically don't short into these bullish momentums. But the way we're looking, the 4-hour chart is showing some weakness. I just like to have that confirmation that we are seeing the weakness before I go in. So typically you'll see like right here, technically the top was way back over here when the momentum was looking pretty good, right? However, the momentum didn't give me a sell signal until over here. So I would short from here, and I would close my position right over here because of that support level. So I'd short from there to there, when in reality, if I looked at that resistance level right there, I could have shorted from here to here. I like to use momentum. It just makes me feel a little bit more confident. But you can always try to say, hey, there's a big level of resistance here. Let's see if I can short right here and move it back down. That's an okay way of thinking about it too. I just use the MACD. Same thing with this move over here. When was this? The 9 a.m. on the 28th. It was this candle right before the red candle right there. Take a short right there when the MACD got locked in. You can make your move. I sell right here because, again, I like to take my profits early. So I made the profit from there. But you can see that there was this wasn't the trend line just yet. But you can see there was a little bit of resistance back over here. You could have tried to take a short position over there and see what you got. I think there was also, let's see, wasn't there a Fibonacci extension level somewhere up here too? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different time frame. Yeah, right over there. Yeah. So yeah, there's different ways of going about it. Sure. But yeah, it's okay to be opening up shorts right now. Just prepare yourself. I typically wait for the confirmation, although it might not get you the best price. I feel more confident about it. It's literally the difference between like an 85% win rate and like a 65% win rate for me. So I don't even like to do the 65% chance win rates, but that's how I myself am trained. I'm trained way differently than most people. I'm self-taught. I kind of bumbled into trading because I wanted to make more money. I don't have any formal education like the Wall Street dudes. But yeah, that's how I'm kind of looking at the market right now. I have been doing well in yield max stocks. Oh, there you go. There's an option right there for you. I've been looking for different small cap stocks to invest in, but they've just been all over the place for me lately. I might take a look into the Russell 2000, find some of the larger caps in there that are still smaller caps compared to the big boys, but maybe the Russell 2000 will get you a good spot of where you could be looking. Typically for me, I'm staying away from manufacturing. I'm really looking towards tech and AI and innovation. I think that's where money continues to flow, even if there's a bad economy. Money continues to flow into those types of sectors. Excuse me, guys. I've been talking so much, I think I'm about to lose my voice eventually, and I don't know why. It's not like I've been talking a lot. Maybe I have been talking. I don't think so. I have been practicing to make some videos and stuff like that, but I don't know. A lot of video calls and whatnot. But I took my old Simply lemonade bottle, turned it into a water bottle, so hopefully that gets me good. I got a big old cup over here that's meant to hold ice and stuff, and it's good, but there's just something good about having a large amount of water on standby. Okay. But again, this is going to be a shorter stream just because, yeah, I'm tired and my voice seems to be having some issues as well here. Looks like you lost some weight. Yeah, I've been losing a little bit, but it's a process here. Eating healthy, exercise, going outside with Loki. It's a process. I hate it, but I need to. So yeah, thank you. Is DCA selling better than predicting or looking for price pattern to sell? It really depends how you like to trade. So if you're scalping, you typically just want to be out all the way because we can have violent moves in a short amount of time. When you're day trading, you can scale at point 1, level 2, level 1, 2, 3. For me, I like to scale up maybe once or twice before I make that final close. That's just me though. If you're confident that's going to hit the target, you can just sell all at once. Where I struggle as a trader, and I'm not shy about this at all, is I typically sell too early because I just want to lock in those profits and make some money. And I'd recommend you watch CryptoFace. He's also really good at trading. There's not many influencers that actually know how to trade. And I'm talking about trading in this horrible last few weeks of just boring markets. You haven't really seen many investors or traders out there on YouTube saying, hey, here are the trades I've been doing. There's only been a handful of them. There's CryptoFace. You guys probably know some because I don't watch every influence out there, but CryptoFace, there's me, there's Virtual Bacon, Dennis over there, Nick from Market Cypher. There's only so many that actually are showing you their trades, and they're walking you through the whole thought process with them, and then selling. I typically sell very early because I'm happy with the pop. I got in early enough when the momentum was just shifting. As the pop happens, and then I sell. I am now starting to scale out so I can take more and more profit. So I sell off like a 20% chunk or a 50% chunk, and then I let it ride. I move up my stop loss a little bit, and I just let it ride a little bit longer to see how much further it can go, and then I'm always pleasantly surprised. But my brain is wired right now to just be a little bit more wary of big Bitcoin booms, if you will. And now I'm trying to recalibrate it for a big move up towards $80,000. But for me, I typically sell too early, so I like to scale out a little bit at the beginning and let it ride. That way it keeps me in the trade just a little bit longer. If you're just now starting, it's easier just to buy and sell and don't worry about scaling out. It makes life a lot easier. But if you want to have price target 1, price target 2, you can always do that. And then once you hit price target 1, you could always move up your stop loss a little bit so you can lock in another profit. So if the market goes down while you're sleeping or something like that, and you've already sold off a portion of your position, you can, if it hits that stop loss, it'll sell the rest of your position, but at least you're going to be making a good profit overall. I don't like losing money. remember, I grew up like dirt poor. I did not have much money. Grew up in a place called Salishan, Washington. It was just not the place to be. But that kind of messed up my head in a way where typically I don't like to risk money I don't have to in trading. So I'm definitely... Hold on a second here. Loki. Okay, boy. Okay. Sorry, he was having a little nightmare behind me, and I was like, dude, are you okay? I think he was chasing a squirrel or something, but I'm not entirely sure. But, yeah, I just typically like to sell early. That's my thing. What the top on Mogcoin using fibs? Thanks for Fibonacci's from Mogcoin. So that's a little bit interesting. Let me actually look at this a different way for you, because I'm curious to see, is this the best way? Mog Bybit, no. Do I have the best Mog on here, I guess? BitGet, yeah, probably. Okay, let's go with this one. All right, so for me, you know, using the extension, I'd probably use the lows from way back over here from September of 2023, go up here towards the high and then down. No wonder it's been so easy. We really hadn't even hit the first battle here. So for the next week or so, or not next week, excuse me, for the next couple months or so, if MOG does eventually break out here, it looks like we're looking at about 57,0364692. I don't even know what that number is, but you can see how I place this, and that'll be the number there. This is why I don't like talking about small coins, because I can't say those numbers. You can see what the number is, though. Can you see? Yeah, you can see that on the screen. It's that number right there. However, if we do take off this line here and we go over here to the daily chart, nope, that's the 12-day chart. We do have something that I think will match up with that level. I think I was doing this maybe a few days ago. Don't we have something? Yeah, it does match up with it. Yeah. So right up there is probably going to be that next big level of resistance. It won't be a pretty move. You can see how we've kind of, gone up and down. But that's fine if you ask me. But really up here seems to be the next big level of resistance. 0.00000538712328. That seems to be the next level I care about. Everything else not important right now, but if you're looking for the next big scale level, if you want to hold this for multiple months, it'd be up here. It'll be a hard thing to get to, but man, it would be a pretty move if it was able to actually do that. There we go. There we go. Mitch Ray, yeah, there you go. Mitch Ray is another one right there. Lifer, yeah, Lifer's right there. Yeah, see, I can't believe I forgot Lifer. Yeah, there's tons of traders out there, but it's just, there's only a handful of us for some reason. I don't know why. I think, I don't think technical analysis is it's technically a profitable way to do a YouTube channel. That's why I don't do as many technical analysis videos for you guys. I do them for the members because, they're paying for it. But, if you post a technical analysis video on YouTube nowadays, it rarely gets any views because not many people care about it. They typically, like YouTube wants you to do more flashy videos where you're talking and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's just like a different environment. And, if YouTube says they want you to do this, you're going to do that because you want the views and the subscribers and stuff like that. Yeah, no worries, Pomp. It's always nice to dollar cost average. Once you've officially locked in profit, you just feel a lot better about the trade overall. It makes you less emotional about it as well. And hey, Kumar, happy to see you. Robinhood Legend will be free, everyone. I don't even know what Robinhood Legend is, but I hope it's interesting. $63,000 and $6,300 in yield max, making $350 a month, only down 18% in total value. Have a watch list on my account for all the 34 yield max stocks, showing me all the data across the board. Ooh, that's kind of nice. I love a good UI. I love a good UI. And hey, R. Lake, happy to see you, my man. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see. Robinhood will be doing future like stock and crypto. Future. Wait. Oh, futures. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know why I'd want to do futures on Robinhood, though. That's just something I don't think I'd like. Because Robinhood's UI is not built for a professional trader. It's kind of built for a gambler, to be honest. It almost feels like the gambling apps, if you will. I really stress having a proper crypto exchange or a proper stock exchange. It could be anything like Fidelity, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade's been bugging me, though, because Schwab's been having a lot of issues as of late. But there are other places to trade as well. Robinhood just seems like a pit stop for those who want to be like learn the basics, and then you're like, okay, I've learned what buying a stock means or selling a stock means. Now I can move on to like trying to go down that professional path where I need to learn a little bit more, right? Do I like staking? Not really much. I think staking is fine, specifically during bullish markets, but after what I saw back in 2021, 2022 with exchanges falling like flies, I really am hesitant about how long I want to stake my crypto for. I think right now it's fine. Everything is fine. You know, a lot of exchanges doing very, very well. They're all healthy and whatnot. But if we go into a crypto winter and Bitcoin goes back down to, let's say, 30,000, maybe even 20,000 or something crazy like that, because we haven't reached really crazy all-time highs yet, so we don't really have a new floor established. I do believe you would probably see exchanges closing down again. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen anytime soon or something like that, but I'm always just a little bit more concerned about that type of stuff. So if you are staking, it's my opinion that you just kind of do it when the markets are looking good. And then once, you know, things start to turn around, you know, we start looking a little bit more bullish, you know, after like a couple of years of doing nothing or like a year of doing nothing, then, you know, I think you can start staking and being a little bit more comfortable with doing that. But for me overall, I don't think I have much staked at all right now. You know, maybe if you wanted to stake, I don't know if Coinbase has staking, but maybe something that's trusted as Coinbase, that could potentially be it. They got a little bit more fees than other exchanges, but, you know, at least they're secure. I just started staking my soul. Yeah, it's a good time in the market right now. You know, if you're not planning to sell it for a while, it's okay. My thing isn't right now. My thing is basically what happens in like a year or two when we go into a crypto winter and exchanges start falling like flies. You know, luckily there's no new FTX that just came out. You know, there's nothing crazy happening in crypto right now. It's a bunch of us just holding, watching, doing some day trading, some swing trading, and learning more about how adoption is coming, you know, coming around. This is a very quiet time for crypto, despite the price action that we've been seeing for the past few years. Very quiet time in crypto, and I have to say that's okay, because very soon, regardless if Trump or Kamala gets elected, we are most likely going to get some legislation, and it should be pretty good. Now, obviously, Trump's legislation is going to be much more beneficial to us out here in crypto. I am not sure I trust Kamala Harris when she says she's going to do pro-crypto legislation, because to me, her version of pro-crypto is much more regulation, much more government insight, you know, oversight, whatever you want to call it. And that always spooks me as a crypto investor, of course. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this rolls out. The election is only, what, like 25, 30 days away. It's coming pretty darn fast here, guys. So whatever you do, make sure to go vote, regardless of who you're voting for. I don't care, but vote. You know, use those rights that you got. And that brings me to today's other part, though. I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a big interview between Bret, Baier, and Kamala Harris today, and apparently Kamala Harris did not do well. I don't know if that's going to help Bitcoin's price action tomorrow once it kind of hits the news waves, if so to speak. But I was very surprised she decided to go on Fox News. I feel bad for her because it feels like her team never prepares her for like hard questions, only very easy questions. That could be her fault for like the team she has around her. That could be her team just saying, no, you're going to be fine. Bret Baier's, you know, he's more of a moderate Fox guy. He'll try to give you some softball questions. I don't know. But that interview was an absolute disaster that we saw. And hey, Mo, happy to see you again, my man. One of the benefits of being a member of the channel, if you click join, it kind of explains all the benefits right there. But to be blunt, you basically get a little bit extra technical analysis. We do some streams on the weekends here. And I guess we're starting with this Sunday. We're doing options trading as well. So we're going to be looking at different charts on the stock market and kind of just going over different stuff. Over the past few weeks, I've been putting together a... what would you call it? Like a watch list for different options. Some of you guys have added your stuff into them, so I've been going through that as well. It's been pretty good so far. I think the last one we just added was MicroStrategy, but that thing's going to be so volatile. The premiums are going to be so expensive. But for people that want to have fun and just kind of hold, you can definitely make some money, especially for those longer term options in MicroStrategy, like out of the money calls. You can definitely put like a $5, $20 in there and just kind of let it ride, because, you know, we already know Bitcoin's going up, so that'd be nice. But yeah, just more technical analysis. When I'm streaming like where I am right now, your questions get answered even if I'm tired or even if I don't want to answer questions. I still answer your questions if you're a member. Sometimes when the chart gets more busy, like Bitcoin's falling off a cliff or Bitcoin's soaring and going sky high, the chat gets too busy, so I only have time to really answer questions for members. So it kind of puts you at that list as well. And hey, Alberto, what are my thoughts on Tesla stock? Okay, so it was a little bit of volatility after the Optimus announcement, the robo-taxi announcement. We can break that down very fast for you, but the volatility for Tesla has just been going crazy. Options traders are probably happy. Everybody else is like, what the fuck is going on right now? So you can see when Tesla unveiled all that stuff because it was kind of lackluster as far as the tech behind it. But let's go over here to the monthly chart starting off Tesla right now. Okay. Overall, it's been doing okay. It's pretty much giving up all the gains we had last month for Tesla. That's basically all we've seen happen so far. That being said, right, we still managed to break out, and boom, it hasn't even been a good breakout here. Again, why momentum isn't as good with the stock market here like everything else. But, pull this up right here. Last few times we've had the reversals, they've been all the way when everything is pretty far low. Oversold, pretty bad momentum. That's when I typically buy. Right now, Tesla is not looking so hot to me. You pull up this trend line right here. Looks like we could break down any day here. Until we break down, I probably wouldn't open up any positions at this point, but you could definitely be looking at some 190 strike options right there for some puts. That's probably the level where I'd be looking to get in and out, take my money and run. Of course, there's going to be a little more volatility just like everything else when it comes to moving averages. But yeah, it doesn't look the best. Push this out a little bit more. I was hoping that when we broke out above here like a while ago, that'd be enough to get us going. But there's just been too many issues with it. And of course, Elon Musk is promoting and he's with Donald Trump. Fine. Awesome. Let him do his thing. The media will often attack him with like just really stupid stories, and that does make people not as likely to invest in Tesla. So that's also something there. And I think they're also lowering the cost of their cars here, which is going to hurt their margins a little bit more. So that's also some news here you should be aware of. I think we still have some upside here, but it's just been a little bit more difficult to actually try to buy. You can almost see the semblance of a double top right here, right? But for me, we broke out. Wasn't enough. Momentum was all there. On the weekly charts, everything was looking really good. Hence, why I've told you guys a number of times, I don't like trading Tesla because it doesn't make sense compared to a lot of other stocks to me. Like if I have a pattern that works, I have a system, Tesla is not something you can plug into that system, because a lot of what happens there all revolves around Elon Musk, and it's not about the day-to-day operations as much as another company, because, the other companies are usually quiet, they're in the background. Tesla is at the forefront, Elon Musk is out in front talking with everybody. You get the point there, right? But short term here, right? We're riding this wave right now. We're trying so hard to hold on to support. To me, I'd probably have 190 strike options open and just kind of wait to see what happens. If it goes to 210 to 200 or even 195 or even 190, I'd be selling bit by bit as we go down further and further. Tesla just has not been that good, of course, this year. I think, what is the year-to-date returns on this one, actually? Let's see. January. So open up right there. So it's at about 12% year to date, it looks like. Don't hold me to that, but I'm going from the start of the candle up here on January to where we are now. It's down a little bit. It just has not been having a great time. Long term, I'm optimistic this can do some great things. I think eventually this will, have a big move to the upside, but they're gonna have to get that technology solved, have those robots actually doing some cool shit, and not have humans talking to the robots. They have to be automated voice, all that cool stuff. That all has to happen. But yeah, in the medium term, you're just dealing with a bunch of turbulence. I expect it to break out eventually. It's a long-term hold of mine, but it's nothing I would say is crazy. It's not something I'm excited about in the short term here. It's definitely been getting beat down. If Trump wins the election, I'm sure Trump will pay back Elon Musk for his support, and Tesla will get some goodies out of that. SpaceX will get some goodies out of that, and that may be the catalyst that Tesla needs to really get going up again. So, also something interesting right there. Keep track of the election. And you're seeing Bitcoin starting to come down right now a little bit more. Again, I am a little bit more concerned with this 4-hour chart. I have to say, YouTube is not sharing my videos with you guys right now, maybe because I haven't been doing as many videos as of late. But if you guys do see one of my videos on your home screen, please click on it just so you guys can see when I'm talking about stuff. Because I literally, like 2 hours ago, put out a video like, here's how Bitcoin reaches 100,000. I talked about some of the long-term stuff with Fibonacci's and rate cuts and stuff like that. But I also talked about some weakness occurring on the 4-hour chart and how that may affect some of you guys' trades. So please know that I do put out like videos. YouTube just decides not to share them, and then you guys say, hey Michael, I didn't know you put out that video, but it's not my fault, it's YouTube's fault. So just so you guys know, I do put out that information for you guys. Yeah, no, we're still happy to help you out. What would happen if Jamie Dimon gets in the Treasury Secretary role? That'd be very interesting. I wonder how much he'd be willing to print money, basically. That's what I really wonder. Spending money, all that type of stuff. He'd probably give pretty blunt warnings and things like that, but I think it'd be overall a good sign. If Trump wins, I feel like he wants to audit everybody and do like really strict audits, or really, I don't want to say strict, but what's the word? Serious audits. He wants to do a good job of auditing everybody because in his mind, we need to cut drastically how much the government is spending to try to have any chance of fixing this debt issue that we have. So, I think Jamie Dimon would just be part of that cog, if you will, be a cog in that system, just like Elon Musk would be a cog in that system as well there. But I think it'd be okay. I think it'd be fine. Of course, Donald Trump would be much more focused on business growth, and then by business growing, everybody will be a little bit happier. So a little bit more of the trickle-down economy theory, if you will. But it's better than the high inflation theory that we just ran through, I guess. So, but yeah, I think Jamie Dimon would be fine. He's a pretty practical guy. He's pretty cutthroat. I don't know what would happen to Chase, though. He runs Chase with an iron fist. Yes, he does. Should you remember for a time? Member bar time? What's member bar? Oh, bar time. That could be interesting. I just have to, all the members on Sundays are usually busy. That's what I found out. So I'd have to find a time for all the members who can get together, and we can just have a drink on a private stream where only the members can watch. And then we could smoke some cigars and stuff like that. But I am going to have an event for not just members, but for everybody. When I go to Vegas and when I go to Vegas next year for Bitcoin Vegas, the Bitcoin convention's going there. It used to be Bitcoin Miami, then it was Bitcoin Nashville, now it's Bitcoin Vegas. When I go there next year, I will have a get-together, probably at a cigar lounge or something for us to hang out at, smoke some cigars, and just have a good talk. It might be sometime in the middle of the day or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. From 2 to 4 o'clock or something like that. Just one day, have a few, a couple of hours of chatting. I know I get really busy with those types of events, but I don't want to have it after the expo because then most of you guys will probably be leaving after the expo, right? And some of you guys live in Vegas now, so you guys are lucky. You guys don't have to travel to see me. Did anyone here access the new Robinhood Legend desktop feature? I have no idea what Legends is. I have no idea. I have heard no buzz about it whatsoever. And Bitcoin is getting hit down a little bit. It's down $200 so far today. Hey, Arise, what type of indicators do I have bottom besides the MACD? So slightly unstable has it correct. It is a stochastic and RSI. However, the stochastic is a custom setting. So I decided those settings myself using a little bit of help from ChatGPT and AI. So the settings for the MACD and the RSI are going to be default settings. The settings for the stochastic in the middle are going to be 2155 in that order as you plug them in on your TradingView charts. See, looks like we're reaching another dumping point again. I'm not optimistic on us coming out of this consolidation. So far, I would agree with you. I see that warning signs there. I mean, that's what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream, but you know, just let it happen. I mean, that's what I can say. Like, we talked about scaling out. If you want to scale out, you can. You know, if you don't want to, that's okay too. I've decided to scale out of a couple of my trades that I've been holding for a while. But overall, like the trades I just bought over the past few days with you guys, I'm not even selling those ones. I'm just holding on to them and, you know, riding the wave. Nice and easy. Ride those waves. And hey, Max, happy to see my man. Am I going to CES, Mike? I don't think I'm going to CES. Depends on when it is at CES. January 7th through 10th. I might be able to. It really depends on what my sister is doing. Maybe. Because I know the one I'm going to next is Money 2020, Las Vegas. This is typically the one I go to every year. CES is another big one. I'm trying to figure out what I even want to do at Money 2020, to be honest. I'll be going to some parties, having a good time. I don't even think they've actually had an event planned yet. Normally they have like a club ready, right? But there's no club event happening. But I like to talk with people, network, and kind of meet people in the fintech group, you know, space that want to learn more about crypto, Web3, and blockchain technologies and stuff like that. But I'm going to be media. You know, maybe I'll be doing some breakdancing like those guys. Whatever. But basically, the tickets are incredibly expensive, so most people don't even go to this event. This is all corporate. If you want the basic pass, it's like $4,000, right? Now, I get in for free because I'm me and I'm awesome. But for everybody else, yeah, I mean, you know, $4,000 is absolutely rough. You can get a platinum pass for $6,000, early stage startup pass for $1,600, growth stage startup pass for $2,000, government pass for $3,000, retailer pass for $1,700, and a press pass for me, $0. You know, so a little bit different. What's stopping you from buying a pass today? I'm just finding it hard to justify the investment. No, okay, I'm not going to answer any more questions. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on. A lot of different things happening. If Robinhood Legend desktop version to your account, can you make reviews about it? Do they make good improvements like Webull and other brokerages? I have no idea what Robinhood Legend is, though. Like, let me see. Robinhood Legends? Sounds like a video game for the DS. Let's see. The Legend Awakens, introducing a new suite of products built for the next generation of active traders. So this was about a 40-minute live stream, basically, talking about different features from Robinhood. Let's go over here to speed up to 15 minutes. It's gone. They're talking. That guy lied about GameStop. I don't know what you guys are talking about. He sucks. He's talking. He's talking. Simulated returns. So the UI is changing a little bit. Why are they acting like they're Silicon Valley people? Nothing looks different. Are they doing block orders here? Okay. Robinhood futures. Okay. I mean, it's nice. It looks like they're trying to follow the Coinbase model, but that UI still does not look good. So they have a long way to go. But again, I hold Robinhood as an investment, so I'm hoping they get bought out, to be honest. But let me go over here. Investopedia, routers. Routers would be a good choice for this one. So Robinhood launches desktop platform, adds futures and index my fucking God. Index options trading to the app. So let's see. So on October 16th, Robinhood launched its long-awaited desktop platform to add futures and index options trading features to its mobile app on Wednesday as the fintech firm aims to take the market share from traditional brokerages. Dude, like I said, Robinhood is a stepping stone for you to be great as an investor. You don't want to stay there too long, even with this new update. The 11-year-old commission-free trading app, which became synonymous with mom and pop investors in 2021, is now seeking to mature into a full-fledged financial service provider and compete with established brokerages that serve institutional investors. Yeah, yuck. The Menlo Park, California-based company said its desktop trading platform, dubbed Robinhood Legend, will focus on active traders. We've matured alongside our customers and have heard loud and clear that they want access to more advanced products and more active trading tools, Chief Brokerage Officer Steve Quirk told Reuters. Our long-term goal is for Robinhood to be the primary financial service company that meets all of the customers' needs. That's going to be so hard. I cannot stress how much support they lost when they lied about the GameStop saga, when they stopped people from being able to buy, and they lied about it. They were having liquidity issues, and they went on CNBC and lied. Primarily, their CEO lied, not a low-level menu that you can fire and he didn't know what he was talking about. No, the CEO came out and said that. So, battle for market share, Schwab, Vanguard. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, the month of active users have been going down. Robinhood Gold customers have been going up bit by bit, which is kind of nice for them. But again, the overall users are going down. And how do they make money? By selling your data. And if they're not selling your data, or there's less data to sell, they are making less money here. But I think they just turned profitable here. Let me double check this. Finviz. Hood. Going back to boys in the hood. Yeah, they made $290 million. I mean, that's not a lot, but at least they're profitable here, and I'll take it. To $26? I've been holding this for a while now, so go over to the monthly chart. We bought this a long time ago, guys. For those of you guys that the heck? Finviz is really fucking up lately. I don't know what the heck's going on. Monthly. Yeah. I mean, we bought this a long time ago. I remember some people were trading it like crazy when it popped all the way to $70. But I mean, I was loading up over here when it was down. My thesis was that I wanted it to get bought out. I bought it. I think I sold off like 40% of what I had. I think when it was like around like maybe $15, $20. Now to $26. It's still going higher. I like that a lot. I like what I see. This is also, working out as far as with less rate cuts or more rate cuts, stuff like that. That'll also boost this up a little bit because they do got some debt on here, but short float's 4%. It's not bad, but they definitely got some work to do here. Robinhood didn't add any new crypto coins today. Robinhood is terrified of the SEC because the SEC is expensive when they do a lawsuit. If they're so expensive, what happens? They've only made $220 million. Well, guess what? If that lawsuit becomes very expensive, they could actually go back to losing money all because they're going up against the government. So Robinhood does not have the grit to go up against them like a Coinbase does. But I'll tell you what, Coinbase charges me an insane amount of money for fees every freaking day, every freaking month. I pay a lot of fees for Coinbase. I don't pay any fees. Well, I don't use Robinhood, but there's no fees for Robinhood. So again, Coinbase is definitely making a bunch more money, I believe. Like you go over here back to Hood. Hood made $290 million. What did Coinbase make? $1.48 billion. You know what I mean? Billion. Makes sense. It definitely makes sense right there. Dogecoin will save Robinhood this bull run. People in Robinhood live stream talking about Dogecoin and want more crypto coins. Yeah, of course. I mean, it'll be a great place. And of course, there's also Comp. There's Bitcoin. They have Bitcoin SV or something on that. Bitcoin Cash. They got a bunch of random tokens on there. Ethereum, Solana, some of the larger ones, of course. But big point being, we have to wait for Bitcoin to have that big pop before things get crazy, right? So, give it some time here, everybody. We'll be fine. But anyway, guys, I'm going to head over to the cigar lounge for tonight. I'm going to go smoke some more cigars. I'm going to try to stream with you guys tonight again. Every time I get there, there's a friend sitting outside, so I can't just start streaming and right in front of a friend. But if there's nobody there, and maybe nobody will be there because it's a Wednesday and nobody I know smokes cigars on Wednesday, and then at the same time, it's like 50 degrees outside right now. It's like freezing cold out here in Washington. maybe I'll be alone in my jacket talking with you guys and be like, hey, you know, let's stream or something like that. So we'll see. If not, there's always tomorrow and whatnot. But I'm a little bit tired, so my voice is already getting fucked up as it is. You know, I got a whole bag of Rocola upstairs. I'm gonna use that. I might even grab some tea when I'm at the lounge. Tea and cigars. Call me British. Thanks everybody, and I will see you guys a little bit later.